Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, evening. Rose here. Tonight I'm reacting to Foodie Beauty's live stream called So Done. So this was a live stream that Foodie did 8 hours ago, and she hasn't done anything since. But I wanted to cover at least part of it. The live stream went on for almost 4 hours, but obviously we're not going to cover all of it. As a matter of fact, the beginning part is when Foodie is somewhat coherent, and then as the stream goes on, she starts the excessive eating. She's on some kind of chemicals. She's intoxicated. Don't really want to cover that, so we'll just cover the front part of this and then call it a day. So let me just go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at. So there's Foodie. So let's see what Foodie has to say tonight.
This is a members only stream, yes. And what do you mean I'm late? I was like 2 seconds late. Yeah, like so you guys can chat. That's right. I got my new keyboard. Pretty cool. It's wireless. And I can put my phone in it. Look at my phone. Just like that.
So you finally got a keyboard. It only costs $15–20.
Hello. I'm Jello, JP, Fupa, Trixie, JB, JP, and JB. Amanda, hello. I got a keyboard finally instead of using this virtual one. I'll just close that out. And on my side, you boob Joa. Hi, Maggie, Tracy, Better Chat, TN, Mammoth Bees, Dusty, Reginald. I don't know. I want your guys' opinion, I guess. On if I should be mad. I am mad. Hi, Nobi! Movie gal. Going members only? Yeah, so fine.
So much for open chat. She went back to VIB chat. Don't know if that was because she got enough signups for VIBs or she just didn't want to deal with the negativity of open chat. But back to VIB chat.
All right. Stinkiana. Spill the tea. I don't think so, Brooke. I don't like flip phones. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just. I feel like it's like a sign that I need to like just really work on myself, and I don't want to.
Why not? Why do you want to work on yourself? I mean, what else do you have to do, Foodie? Why don't you want to work on yourself? You're not happy with the way you are to the point you're binge eating nonstop. Why not take some time and work on yourself? You would actually feel better.
I want to have romance in my life, but I feel like it's like not going to happen. Applebee's semen retention camps tonight. They're so pathetic.
You can't expect to have a good relationship with another person if you don't have a good relationship with yourself.
He does a stream about like Dragon Lord. He gets like what 250 viewers.
And are you trying to put down Monty for doing something different besides you? He's incorporating other things into his content. I'm very confused, Foodie. So you don't like Monty covering you. You got a big problem with that. But if you cover somebody else, you gripe about that.
Make your own postcard and write little message to each subscriber. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like some kind of like crafty thing. Like, I don't know. Olive Garden dates. Celibate announcement. Hi, Golden Girl. So I feel like this guy is totally fucking leading me on. I don't know. Like if things go well and I was wrong, then I'll feel pretty stupid. But he told me, like, I haven't talked to him in like forever. Like he doesn't really message me much, like during like in between we see each other, and I don't really message him much either. But it's like Sam would be a perfect model. It's so fun. Okay, thanks, Amber. Maybe I'm overreacting. So let's find out. Okay.
I think you're doing a combination of overreacting and expecting too much. You just said you haven't talked to this person in forever and they haven't talked to you. So why are you all up in your feelings over someone you barely talk to? And you're claiming this person is leading you on. How can they lead you on if they barely speak to you and they barely spend time with you?
So basically, BB Angels. They're too cute, BB Angels. No, no,
Stop screaming.
get a life. I'm trying to recount a story.
What story?
Hi, Sandy. Mimi. Because the top of her head is background. Hi, Amelia. Just give me a minute, guys.
Give her a minute to think of some more lies to tell you guys. It takes her some time to think of a good story.
All right. So this guy told me yesterday that he took a hotel for 2 days and he paid for he took the transportation. So the plan was he was supposed to stay for 2 days, work remotely, and yesterday he was complaining about like he was coming down here so I could show him around Ottawa and Gatineau because he wants to move here because he needs to find a different job. He's like, so anyway. So then he's like, so I left it that he was going to work today till about 4:30, go see a couple of his friends, and then contact me and we would go like have a drink or like a coffee or then hang out at the hotel. And he was supposed to spend another night here. So then he told me to message him when I got up. So I did. I messaged him around 12:30 and he took him like maybe half an hour to get back to me. He's like, hi, how are you today? Blah blah blah. And then I'm like, okay, so what's the plan? And he repeated what the plan was. He's like, I'm probably gonna go see some friends and then I'll call you. I'm like, okay. And then like maybe an hour later, he messages me all this information that like he's like, oh, my job found out. They emailed me. They don't want me to work outside of the house. Blah blah blah. Some kind of like he wasn't supposed to be outside of the house or something. He didn't read the. I don't know what he's talking about. He's apparently gonna go home and show me the document.
Why does he need to show you the document? You're just a hookup. You're not his wife. Why does he need to show you any documents? That just sounds weird to me. It sounds like he wanted to come to Gatineau or Ottawa and he had business plans and you were just like the afterthought if there was any time left over from those plans. So I'm not understanding this story, Foodie.
I don't know. It just sounds like a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it is. It does sound like a bunch of bullshit because it is coming from you and you lie and you can't keep your lies straight. So it probably is a bunch of bullshit.
Basically, he bought a ticket to go home tonight at like 7.
And
so I'm like, okay. I'm like, if you don't want to see me, you just tell me. That's it. you know? And he's like,
See, she's getting all possessive and obsessive, and I don't think this guy really exists. Or if he does, it's not the person she's talking about. I think maybe she's talking about Natter, and she's just trying to come up with a cover story of spending time around him. But let's just say, for argument's sake, it is a real person besides Natter. So this person has things that he has to do, work related, and it sounds to me like if he can spend time with her, then he's got time. But he doesn't know if he does have time. Like he might be able to make plans with her if there is time left over in the day. But here's this person, Foodie Beauty, that even though this person and herself are not committed to each other, they are not in a relationship, they're just people that barely speak, and he has to show her documents to prove that he's not lying. Tell me what's wrong with this story.
why do you think that way? He's like, that's not cool that you would think that. He's like, when I get home, I'll show you the document. He's like, you know.
And you know what? It's crap like this, Foodie. It's crap like this if this person does exist, which I have my doubts. But it's crap like this that if you are a woman or a person trying to involve yourself with another person and you are acting this way and there's no relationship going on, this is the kind of behavior that other people look at and it's red flags to them. Red flags everywhere. Red flags in front, red flags in back, red flags aside, red flags everywhere. If someone's trying to get to know you and they're just barely talking to you and you're acting this way and there's no ring, girl. There's no ring, there's no marriage, there's no serious commitment, and you are already acting like a jealous, possessive fool. This is what makes people run away from other people.
Oh, like he's like, I took 2 nights at a hotel. We were gonna look around. Why would I do all this for nothing? And I was like, bye. I'm like, you told me that your job. Is he wearing an ankle? No, but I'm like, you told me you were allowed to do like.
And by the way, Foodie, didn't you say you were a femme fatale and you've got all kinds of men chasing you? So if this person really does exist and they say, hey, I'm sorry, I can't spend time with you, you know what you do? You either say, hey, I'll just stay busy here at the house. I got stuff to do here at the house. I can clean, I can break down some boxes, I can work on myself in some way. Or you make a phone call to somebody else and make other plans. It's just that easy. You don't sit there and get all upset over one guy that's too busy to spend time with you and you give him a migraine over it.
Go elsewhere for your job. He doesn't have a vehicle.
Why is it the guys that she involves herself with never have cars?
He has another like Moroccan guy living with him. That's why. But Freddie's helping out, and there's not much privacy.
Hold it. You know who this is sounding like? Roman. This is sound like she's talking about Roman.
In Montreal. So he's trying to find like, I don't know. Like one minute I feel like he wants to be like he wants like saying he wants to move down here and like come and look for places and everything, and then like the next minute he's like running off back to Montreal like before. I'm like, if you really I'm like, so if you wanted to see me, you would have seen me before your bus comes. He's like, well, I still haven't left yet, but that's, you know, he's like, but anyways, I won't bother you anymore. I was like, wow, okay, like fuck you then. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Are you kidding? In the roster, yeah. Fuck him, man.
You know what's funny is that this person just made the comment, you are in the roster, girl. Well, doesn't she have her own roster? Doesn't she have a whole list of guys she's talking to? Mr. Mercedes, Mr. Coffee, Mr. Moto guy. I mean, she's got like 4 or 5 guys she's talking to. So she's got her own queue that guys have to get in. And they got to find a slot, or she puts them in a slot.
It shouldn't be this complicated.
You're making it complicated. Muffin says, this guy isn't even your boyfriend. Right. He's not a boyfriend. He's not a relationship. And look at the way she's behaving with someone she barely knows. Insane.
He's not my boyfriend, but like it sounds like fake news. He's going back to his wife. Listen to your gut. I don't know. He was so nice yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Nice does not equal a relationship. Anybody can be nice to anybody. You could be nice to the mailman. You could be nice to the person that changes the tires on your car. You could be nice to your neighbor. Nice does not equal being madly, passionately in love and committed, Foodie.
Big red flags. It sounds like he's lying, right?
Why? Because he's not a
Why would he travel all this way just to starfish one night?
Because he can. You know, simple answer. Because he can. He came all the way down to hit it and quit it and leave you behind. That's exactly what he did, and you let him get away with it because you're impatient, because you want that quick self gratification. You don't have the patience to get to know people, and then later on, if things are supposed to happen, they happen then. No, you want what you want right now. So you get what you get, Foodie. By acting sleazy and easy and let's get it on, you get what you get. You get what you get, girl. And so you are. And so you are. You approach people one way and say, I'm the sleazy, easy girl. I'm anything goes girl. I am motel, hotel, let's hit it and quit it girl. That's the way you present yourself. But on the inside, you want a relationship. You want that. And you think that you can approach a guy, and if he wants the hit it and quit it thing by taking him up on his offer, that's going to lead to being in love. It doesn't. It doesn't. You're so eager for a way into a man's life that you'll take whatever open door is in front of you. It's okay to pass by some doors that are locked and say, it's not meant for me. I'm going to keep looking. You don't keep looking. You're not patient. You just take anybody up on anything. You take whatever is offered to you, because at this stage in life, with you not being willing to work on yourself and improve yourself, because you are so against hard work, because you're so against anything that requires effort, you get what you get. That's why you came across Natter. That's why you are wrapped around Natter, because he can put up with you. He can tolerate you, but he tolerates you because you pay him. Same thing with the other men in your life. You pay these men to put up with you for a very short period, but that's as far as it goes. That's as far as it'll ever go. You want something solid. You want something definite. Sorry, you're going to have to work on yourself. You're going to have to be a female that you have value. You have to add value to yourself. You can do that by working on yourself and improving yourself and working on those negative attributes of which you have a lot of and changing them into something good. Although I don't have much hope for you, but I'm just saying. You want a man to value you enough to be in love with you and commit to you. You have to be the kind of woman that a man can say, I am proud to be with her. And you can't be that person by avoiding a shower, stuffing your face full of food on camera, not taking care of your health, acting gross, being vulgar, being offensive. Doing all that on camera might make you a little bit of money. But the part of the price that you pay in return is that by presenting yourself in such a way, you make yourself undesirable to men.
It doesn't make any sense. Listen to your gut except when it tells you to order the lock motor open here. Like, he, like, literally had to, like, I know, Maggie, I'm just tired of, like, I don't know, being hopeful for nothing, you know?
You know, I'm sorry, I don't have any sympathy for you. I don't. You work hard at being the biggest, most offensive train wreck on YouTube. You got so obsessed with the money and the attention. That's all you cared about. So if you're lonely off camera, that's your own fault because you don't know when to turn it off. You want to be a train wreck all the time. You want attention all the time that way. That's the price you pay. By reveling in being the biggest, most offensive train wreck on YouTube, this is the price you pay. You are guaranteeing, as long as you are this way, that you'll be forever alone and forever undesirable to anyone who's looking for a relationship. Because don't nobody want to be in a relationship with somebody who has no respect for themselves, no sense of self-worth, no desirable qualities. No one wants to be involved with somebody with a filthy house, a filthy body, doesn't brush their teeth, doesn't take a shower, neglects their pets. You're not coming to the table with anything desirable, Foodie. You're not. You're absolutely not. If somebody asked you the question, what are your good qualities? Would you really have an answer? Like an honest answer? I don't think you would. You're obsessive, you're jealous, you're insecure, you hate other women. You've got no future that you're planning for yourself. You're living paycheck to paycheck and barely at that. You make $10,000 plus a month. Do you have anything to show for that money? Any savings, investments? Do you have a paid off car, a paid off home? No. If YouTube shut down tomorrow, you'd be in serious trouble. And you think that a man's going to look at you the way you are and say, this is the person I want as my partner? No, ma'am.
Why would he come all this way just for sex? Like, fucking dumb. Like, Montreal's a huge...
Because you were offering it. That's why, stupid. Because you opened your legs and said, let's do it. And so he took you up on your offer, but apparently that's all he wanted. You wanted more tough titty. That wasn't part of the negotiation. You should have negotiated better. You should have been patient and held out and gotten to know the person before you opened your legs.
City. Can you play Seasons Change? God. Or he found someone else to have sex with tonight. He sent me a picture of the ticket of him going back tonight at 6:30. So.
You know what? It doesn't matter if he's sleeping with other women. He's not committed to Foodie. He's a single man. He can do whatever he wants. So she's over there fretting about he's sleeping with other women. He's allowed to do that. Just like you're allowed to sleep with as many men as you want. So you're worried and fretting over he might be with somebody else. He's allowed to. There's no ring on your finger.
I know, if he's not interested, I wish people would just be honest.
You're not honest. Don't expect somebody else to be something that you're not. You get with single men who are looking for a hookup, and then you try to finagle that into a relationship. You think you can manipulate your way into being in love with somebody. You can't do that, Foodie. You can't.
He's married. I don't know what his problem is. I did envision sort of like.
See, there you go. That's your problem. You hooked up, you made plans in your head for greater things. You did that, Foodie. Did you go to him and say, hey, do you want a relationship with me? Are you open to be in love? What are your thoughts on that? You want a relationship with somebody, what they want matters too. If you have a partner, you are as concerned for what they want as you are for yourself. If you have a partner, you treat them as a partner. You're asking them, what do you want in life? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? Where's your head at? You don't do that. All you care about is you. Is it any wonder that all of these escapades always end the same way? It's because you're a self-absorbed narcissist that you assume what you want, somebody else wants, and that is apparently not the case here.
When he was talking about moving, I was like, well.
He said he wanted to move, but he didn't say he wanted to move in with you, girl.
The GPS tracker to check if he's married.
What?
Just give him a chance to show you the email or whatever he got tonight. Yeah. Oh my God, movie about. I just don't get it.
I do. You're a mess. You're a mess inside, you're a mess outside, and you're not cleaning up your mess. And no one wants to be involved with a messy person. It's a lot of work. And it's a lot of stress that a lot of people don't need and they don't sign up for. You want to be in a relationship, you got to start with the one with yourself. And if you know you're messy, clean up that damn mess. Do some internal and external house cleaning. Clean up your mess. So when you approach another person and they ask you about you in your life, you've got good things to say. You can say, "Yeah, I'm taking care of my finances and I'm going to college for this and I've got this on track." You've got good positive things to say. You don't have anything good to say about your life. You're messy. And messy equals stressful. And most people will run away from anything messy and stressful because relationships, real ones, take a lot of work and a lot of energy. And if you're going to go through all that, you want to make sure that you're on the right track from the word go.
Oh well. Next. I'm being honest, Shannon Toddler. If you guys don't believe me over what you believe, what? You're believing lies of reaction channels over me? Like, I don't get it.
What are we lying about? State your business. What are we lying about?
What am I lying about?
Everything.
I haven't lied about a single thing.
Liar. Oh, like you didn't lie about the date you were supposed to be on with Mr. Coffee? That was a recent lie. Oh, I'm going to do a community post and act like I'm on a date. And then my roommate's going to bust the shit out of me by getting on his live stream and saying, Chantal's still here. And then you yell at him from the other room and he goes to the doorway and you tell him to do some damage control, which he does. But that was one of the more recent lies. But you don't lie about anything, right, Foodie?
If you don't believe me, that's not my problem. Amanda Couch, welcome to their users ready shit, peace.
JB says, you will find someone when you're not looking. I actually agree with that. If you are on a passionate quest to look for love, and it's easy to get on that quest because everybody wants to find somebody, everybody wants to find their soulmate. It's a natural thing. But in my experience, if you are on that quest and that's all in life that you're concerned with, usually you end up with the worst people because you're so eager to be in love. But love's a funny thing. When you're not looking, when you're working on yourself and you're concerned with yourself, when you're not looking, when you stop looking, that's when it finds you.
Oh yeah, so I'm not gonna go out of my way for this guy anymore. Nope. No, not him. He's not ending a relationship. This is new, Lizzie. Go back to Big Turk.
So I got a question for you, Foodie. These guys that you involve yourself with, that you want to get all wrapped around, do you know their last names? Do you know anything about their personal lives? Are these guys introducing you to their family, to their friends? If you don't know much about these guys, and if they are not bringing you around family and friends, that should tell you everything you need to know. If they're comfortable with seeing you at hotel and motel rooms just for the night, and that's as far as it goes, that means they don't want a relationship. If a guy isn't calling you his girlfriend without you poking at him to call you his girlfriend, again, that's again they give away he doesn't want much to do with you. If he's bringing you around the family and friends, if he's telling you personal stuff about him, that means you mean something to him. But if you don't know a whole lot about these guys and they're not bringing you in the inner circle and introducing you to best friends and family members, they don't want you like that.
He didn't ghost me, but he's, you know. Hi, Spam. The right guy will cross your path.
Not likely. And even if the right guy did cross her path, what is the chances of the guy staying around Foodie? Honestly. I mean, if Mr. Right stood in front of her right now at this moment, would she be ready for that person? No, absolutely not. If Mr. Perfect, if Mr. Right were in front of her with everything to offer, is she in a position that she could keep that guy around full time? I say no, because she's not coming to the table on equal footing. She's got nothing to offer. She's a mess. Whoever that guy is, whoever that Mr. Right guy is, he would have to spend all of his time and energy and effort to make her happy, to fix even part of her messes. She would put him in that position of, I am fucked up. I'm messed up. I got a lot of issues. I'm coming with a lot of baggage, and it's your job to deal with all of that. And I'm sorry, when you're in a relationship, that is not fair to do to the other person. They should be free to be who they are and be happy. The right way to do it is if you got issues, you work on your issues. If they got issues, they work on their issues, and maybe you can kind of help each other a little bit. But you should never walk into a relationship and say, I'm coming with 16 tons of baggage, and it's your job to fix all of this crap. I'm coming to you broken and messed up and not right, and it's your job to fix me. Guess what? Nobody can fix anybody else. They can assist you here and there, but they can't fix you. And Foodie is in need of a whole lot of fixing. And the only person that has that power is her. And if she's not interested, that means she's going to stay messed up and broken. And whoever comes across her, they're going to have to deal with that.
Oh well. Maybe I can like, I don't know. I don't want a farmer either.
What's
I'm
wrong with
kidding.
a farmer?
Try eHarmony.
What's wrong? Hey, stop. What's wrong with a farmer? Farmers are hardworking. They have to get up early in the morning to get everything done around the farm. Good, honest, hardworking guys. What's wrong with a farmer? What's wrong with being out in the country and all that beauty and nature? Taking and being responsible and taking care of the land and taking care of the animals. What's wrong with that?
Forget Van Gogh Halloween decor. I have a red flag. I don't like his excuses.
He doesn't like
If
your
he really
lies.
wanted to see me, he would be like, I want to see you before I go. I feel like he just completely fucking flipped switch. I
You
don't know,
did.
it's so fucking weird. I'm just done with it.
No, ma'am. You flipped the script. You flipped the script. It went from, hey, we're just hooking up to, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? Why aren't you spending time with me? You flipped the script.
I'm saying that. Goodbye.
Hold on a second. Come Fondue says, so wait, Mr. Coffee could not show you the email where his job suddenly needs to work at his house? Didn't you say his job gives him money for hotels? The thing is, why does anybody have to show anybody an email as proof of what's going on with their job? Especially if it's somebody that's not committed to you. That's insane. Why does she need proof of anything? If he's just a hookup and they barely speak, somebody saying, hey, I just don't have time for you tonight, that should be good enough. You know what I mean? Like, who is she that he has to report back to her and confirm everything with her?
Excuses instead of tell you. If he doesn't want to see me, he needs to stop coming down and doing this then. This is like the second time. You deserve better than these fly-by-night sort of men. Fucking right I do.
No,
Screw
you
them
don't.
all.
No, she don't. She doesn't deserve better than what she's got because she ain't working on herself. She's getting exactly what she deserves. She's getting exactly what she wants. She wants to be lazy and not work on herself. You get what you get.
I'm tired of this shit. Fuck. I hate them all. They piss me off. Fuck. Eyebrow lady from Monkey's panel. The Brezhnev eyebrow lady from Monkey's panel needs to do Georgia and Sheep to get money back from the turkey trip. Yes. Let's just order Chinese food tonight and forget about man. So fun. I'd like to buy a drink for them. When you see your own worth, there will be a real man. I see my worth. I thought he was like, I don't know. I mean, I thought he was super nice and everything. Like, shout out to the haters because they do so much work 24/7. They don't get paid. The fake drama. He needs to work from home, but they also give him money from hotels.
By the way, there's something that somebody pointed out that makes complete sense. If you have a job and they give you a hotel allowance, it's not because you're at home within driving distance of wherever it is you're going. You get a hotel allowance because you're going out way outside the home you're traveling.
That's what I said. I'm not dumb.
Here you are.
And these little stupid things I would always overlook. Always just like they wouldn't make sense to me when I was with Natter either. All these little fucking flags. Boob job her quit. There's nothing nicer than a man trying to get ass. Man, I feel bad for them. They have to work hard. Just fucking masturbate. Like, honestly, what the hell? Like, is it really worth it? And then to be so, like, self-righteous, like, oh, how dare you accuse me of this? Like, what? I know, big Korean. To go through all that work, to get a Greyhound all the way here, to get a hotel for 2 nights, it's just.
Look how rude she is. She's got a live stream going and she's on her phone. You shouldn't be on your phone right now, Foodie.
Out, out, out. Nasty, go away. I'm tired of all everybody. Dubai guy got scared away by my. Oh god, Russian guy. I don't remember.
So the bait Korean says, "What happened to the slave?" Yeah, what happened to that, Foodie? This guy that was so devoted to you. He wanted to do things for you. That was just another figment of your imagination. Just you basically fantasizing about a guy adoring you.
And the German one. I'm supposed to see him Friday. Oh, the slave guy ghosted. I think it was a troll. Nick is gone, long gone. Croatian man, I still talk to sometimes. It's social distancing.
You know what I think? I think all these guys that she makes up, they're all matter. Like, if you look at her moods and the way she behaves, it's the same way she acted with Natter. Like, here's what I think is going on. I think she wanted to see Natter, and maybe Dee Dee said, "No, Natter, you're not going to go see Chantal," and that's why she's been sitting at home eating and moping about. My opinion.
Look. Oh, Beezer! But the drive-thru worker at Burger King who gave you extra sauce once. It's the one that got away. Not that well wearing a mask during the eye of COVID. The streets were empty. There was no toilet paper. Gas station parking lot. What? Doesn't say. Can you dox Mr. Coffee? Cook stream, open chat. Oh my god. What's that noise?
These people in her chat encouraging her to dox other people as if it's no big deal. Dude, that is so uncool. You people in the chat, you VIBs, you're encouraging Chantal to dox other people. Now put the shoe on the other foot. If somebody doxed you, how would you feel? Because you got to know if somebody does get doxed. Let's just say Mr. Coffee got doxed. That's going to lead to his family members getting doxed, if he has any, or friends or children. Why would you encourage that kind of behavior? If you wouldn't want it done to you, why would you want it done to other people? For what? Entertainment? Not cool. Not cool. Maybe part of the reason why Foodie doesn't have anybody around her is because everyone that she gets involved with, even for 5 minutes, they do get doxxed. That tends to put a lot of people off, you know? The fact that they don't want their business all out there on the internet, especially being associated with someone like Foodie.
You know what? I think the wash really helps my skin.
Soap and water would help it too.
Lush. Replace Mr. Coffee with a Keurig. Let's get a coffee frosty from Wendy's. So he bought a ticket to go back tonight. And then he's trying to say, oh, well, whatever, just if you think that way. He got like super defensive about it. Like, what do you want me to think? Like, this has happened before. Like, why keep coming down here? Anyway, to his wife. God, who else was Moroccan? Hafizer was Egyptian. Been with the single white man.
Oh, I like this question. Shan Toddler says, at Foodie Beauty, serious question. Why do they all say, do not fall for me? It is strange they are telling you this. I can kind of answer that for you, because I know Foodie won't give you a straight, honest answer. I think the reason why they say that to Foodie is because they pick up on the fact that she's a stage 5 clinger, and she gets all up in her feelings so quickly. And if they don't want to go there, if they're not going to follow her in that respect, they're just simply warning her, look, don't fall for me. Don't get your heart broken. Don't expect more than what I'm offering. They're just trying to stop her from going down that path before she gets started, although it doesn't work.
I don't care. I don't know. The video barbecue chicken. Which video is it? I have to go to my Streamlabs. Okay, I'm taking these off. Why is it veiny? What is veiny? If a guy said that to me, I wouldn't even bother. It's just a hookup. Yeah.
Right. So Golden Girl says, if a guy said that to me, I wouldn't even bother. It's just a hookup. Right. Because the guy's letting you know right out of the gate, look, I am not into the love thing. I'm not here to fall in love with you. It is what it is. So either take it as it is or leave it alone. They're letting you know where the line in the sand is. So either keep your toes behind it or walk away.
A nice Egyptian or a Saudi prince. You need to get your nails done? Yeah, like, oh, he wants one here, so I may as well let me just push this up here a bit. and coffee, right? That's what it is?
I want to show you guys something.
Mm.
So, Foodie, before I end this part of my react, you wanted to know the answer to your question. Why don't guys take me seriously? Why can't I find a good relationship? Why won't anybody fall in love with me? They say a picture can say 1,000 words. There's a lot of words in that picture right there. Do I really need to explain? Put yourself on the other side of the table. If you were a guy that had your act together, you got a good job, you got your life together, you have your family, your friends, your reputation, you worked hard on yourself, you're improving yourself. If you were a guy with all that going on, looking at you the way you look right now in this video, would you want to be involved with you? I don't think you would. Take a good look at that screen capture. Look at it hard, memorize it. Who would want to get involved with somebody who looks like this, who acts like this, that spends their days on YouTube streaming for 6 to 10 hours a day, high as balls, to the point where their eyes are barely open, barely able to talk, unbathed, sitting in a filthy room, neglected pets, messed up finances? Who wants to get involved in all of that? Nobody. And don't even get me started on the inside of you that's a mess. Your problem with food, your problem with chemicals, the fact that you're narcissistic, you're self-absorbed, you're selfish, you're bratty, you're defiant and rebellious and gross and vulgar, unhygienic, sick, not caring about your health. Would you want to get involved with somebody with all that going on? I don't think you would. If you had any kind of worth, you'd walk away from somebody like that. And that's why all the men that come near you, if they aren't tied to you financially, they do end up walking away. The only way that men are around you are the ones that you get financially dependent on you. And that's exactly why you do it. You dangle the money. Guys that are financially unstable or lacking, they take the bait. You set out the honey trap, they fall into it, and then you get them in a position where they can't run away and they can't escape. That's how you keep men around you, Foodie, by putting the men in a position where they can't escape. They have to be around you, they have to interact with you, but that does not mean they fall in love with you and they care about you. It just means they need you for the money. But seriously, if you were a guy looking at you the way you look right now, would you want to be involved with you? Would you want to be involved with a woman sitting in her room half naked, high as fucking balls, acting this way, looking this way? You know you wouldn't. So if you wouldn't accept it, why are you expecting anybody else to accept it, to commit to it? You're committed to a life of debauchery and being spoiled and getting what you want and indulging in your impulses. That's how you've configured your life to be. The price you pay is because of your reputation and your lifestyle. You're not going to get people knocking down your door to come get you and be involved with you. You've created this empty, lonely life for yourself, Foodie. For the sake of a fistful of cash, you have basically isolated yourself and guaranteed that you'll forever be alone unless you change. Unless you change. And while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and get a little screenshot for my thumbnail. Because that's just a good shot right there. I want to forever remind you of the way you look right now. And if you ever ask the question, why am I alone? There you go. You can look at that thumbnail and remember. It'd be a nice little reminder of why you're by yourself. And you will continue to be by yourself.
Pot pie, mashed potatoes, gravy with an extra gravy. Or no gravy. What the fuck happened here? Whenever P goes downstairs.
See, she started off
Why
here.
do you think that way?
She started off here. 3.5 hours later, this is where we are. And you think this inspires love, Foodie? It don't. But you know what? Let's go on to the comments. Those are always fun. Wicked Waffle Witch says, we've witnessed a brief moment of clarity. She so desperately wants to be the girlfriend material. But as long as she refuses to apply even a modicum of effort to anything in her life, she shall accept being just someone's shameful fetish. Well, that's what she wants. She's got control of herself. She can do whatever she wants with her life, and this is what she's choosing to do. So if this is what she wants to do, she can't complain about the happiness or unhappiness of her life because she's the captain of her ship. Kaput says, sounds like Nad's story. Dee Dee is the friend and won't let him leave the house. Yeah, I have to wonder if she's moping about because Dee Dee says, no, Nad, or you can't go hang out with Chantal. Leslie says, tears open the bag like a ravenous animal that hasn't eaten in weeks. That's part of the feeder fetish. She's catering to the feeders doing that, believe it or not. Tammy says, you will never find a life partner by being easy and going to hotels. The only thing you'll end up doing is this incurable disease. Lifelong partners take their time, become friends, and let the relationships grow. Also, the relationships have to be based on truth. Great statement, Tammy, and you're right. If you want a partner, a true partner, you got to play the long game. You got to get to know someone. There's no shortcuts. And all real relationships are based on truth. And Foodie has a big problem with being truthful and being honest. No good relationship was ever based on lies and deception. Real Sugar says she is delusional. A man who literally hurt two people, does chemicals and abuses and lives off women does not want her. And that dude has been in a very public relationship, be it as it may, with another woman for almost a year. It's not even a halfway decent man out here who wants her for anything but sex, and she has to pay for that. Get your life together, Chantal. While you are still relatively young, you might have a chance. Well, I think one of the main reasons she's wrapped around Natter is because that's the best she can get. Because she's not willing to change herself. She's literally scraping the bottom of the barrel, and there are no other choices. I don't care what she says. There's no Mr. Coffee. There's no Mr. Mercedes. There's no Mr. Whatever. There's just one person that she's obsessed with. Susan says, am I toxic myself? Is the Pope Catholic? Naomi says, so this was all because Mr. Coffee had a change of plans. You might feel like you're all you're good for is a screw because that's all you're asking for. Right. She goes on these single sites, these hookup sites. So people are there to hook up. She advertises herself as being the hookup girl. Guys take her up on the hookup offer. But in reality, she's trying to use the hookup thing as a way in to a relationship, and that's not how it works. That is definitely not how it works. You don't try to manipulate yourself into a relationship. That's not a good beginning. Let's see. Sam's last will and testament says one Whopper, a large fry, pizza strawberry cake, chocolate cake, one pastry, 5 bubblies, a chicken wing, and one large Coke, and it's not even 6 p.m. Good God, Chantal. I'm glad I'm not watching all this stream. I just can't. Girl, get away from all this food. It's not doing you any favors. Let's see. No Names here says she's reached the point that she knows she's lying. And she knows most of us know she's lying. But she has zero shame about making all this BS up and lying to everyone's face. She can't even be bothered to try anymore. Classic abuser. You know, she knows the audience isn't stupid. She knows we've caught on to all of her lies, but yet she keeps lying. And the only one that she's fooling is herself into thinking that she's smarter than everybody else in the room. She's not. All this lying is doing is making her look worse. But I guess she's doing the lying because she needs something to talk about for content. And if she had to tell the truth, what would she talk about? If Foodie Beauty had to be truthful about everything she did in a day and who she talked to, she wouldn't have much in the way of content. So she makes up these lies for the sake of having a topic of conversation. Lysol Disinfectant says Chantal's been searching down empty avenues her whole life. Do y'all really think she's going to find her way out? I hate to be a negative Nancy, but my answer would be no. And the reason why I say that is because I don't see any kind of self-awareness happening with her. I don't see any kind of wake-up moment. You know, she's just cloaked herself in delusions and illusions and fantasy. She doesn't want to find her way out of that fog. She's too comfortable in it. Way too comfortable. Della says she's on the phone. She's harassing Natter, but he's not interested because he got her money. Natter is ghosting her again. She already got caught lying about being on a date. She said before that this guy has a car. I mean, why wouldn't a guy that travels like this have a car? Good question. Plus, she's mad that her chat is calling her out, but she won't rage because her views are low. Well, here's the crazy thing. If she did rage, the views would be higher. But she's doing the eating thing and getting high thing to stop herself from raging. You know, she's keeping her temper under control because she knows the reaction channels. We look for the rages, but she's trying to do everything in her power to keep from raging. And she's boring without the rages, sorry. Mad Pooper says you will never find someone to be in a real relationship with when your house is so nasty you can't even have them over, let alone all your other problems. Yeah, she wants to be the single girl and have an active sex life, I guess, but I'm kind of confused, Chantal. You want to have all these partners, but yet you don't have a home that you can bring anybody to. That's why you keep going to hotel and motel rooms, girl. Let's see. Let's see. Lysol Disinfectant says Chantal is doing exactly what makes Chantal happy. Otherwise, she wouldn't be doing it. Yes, she's backwards and simple, but don't pity her because she's still very capable of constructive decision making when she wants to. She just doesn't want to. Unfortunately, there's a small subset of society that functions like Chantal. They typically end up homeless. There's not much you can do for them. You can throw money and resources at them to help them, and they still end up homeless or in prison. Well, I'm not going to judge anyone who's in prison or homeless. Everybody's got different stories from different walks of life. all I can say is that it's so aggravating and it's so sad that her life could be so much different if she just got her head out of her ass and stopped being so stubborn and rebellious. Her life could be different, but she's just headstrong. She doesn't want to hear anything from anybody. But if she drives herself into the gutter, it's her own choice, and I can't feel sorry for that. You know, she's choosing that. Hamburger Eye says, "Oops, I skipped ahead. Sorry, dang it." Hamburger Eye says your content needs to be to drastically change if I'm going to regain my ability to stomach more than 5 minutes of this crap. You know, the same crap over and over. It's getting harder and harder for a lot of people to watch Hamburger. It's boring. You know, I'm just going to say it. You know what I compare being a reactor to Chantal's content to? Y'all are going to laugh, but honestly, this is the first thing that pops in my head. Being a reactor to Foodie Beauty, it's like a toilet bowl with one lone turd floating in the water and a bunch of people walking up the toilet bowl. We all line up around the toilet looking down at this lone turd, and our job is to try to find some way to make the turd interesting. We have to find some way to describe it, talk about it to make it interesting. And imagine having to do that over and over every day. That's what it's like being a reactor to Foodie Beauty. Because she's just sitting there floating in the water. She's not doing anything on her own to make things interesting. She leaves it up to us, the reactors, to make her interesting, to make her entertaining, to keep people interested. And trust me, it's not fucking easy. Not easy at all. People say, why are you always lying? Flower Pot says, I fear for reaction channels talking about Natter. He is likely on a 7-day ban, which means she will not have anything to rage about him, so the rage will be directed towards the reactors again. I don't know what's going on with Natter. I am not privy to that. I know he's been out of pocket lately with the things he's saying and the things he's doing. I mean, striking 137 videos and almost 40 channels. You know, something's got to give. I don't know what YouTube is going to do. I can't guess what they're going to do, but you can't do that kind of shit without something coming back on you. So who knows what's going on with Natter? Oh no. Batty says, is there a Mr. Potato Head? Hey, why not? There's a Mr. Coffee. Why not a Mr. Potato Head? People giving a relationship advice. Della says she's not deleting crap. She's harassing Natter. Yeah, I think so too. I think while she's doing her live stream, she starts texting, it's Natter. She's just texting him over and over. Ami says, we are bottom feeders and you are the crap. How about some content? I would love some content. I would love something different to react to. Absolutely. So that's it for the comments. So hope you guys have enjoyed this react video. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment yourself. And thank you all so much for spending some time with me tonight. Really do appreciate it. I'm going to go see if Chantal has done anything further from here. Y'all have a good one and please take care. Bye-bye.